Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Chelsea and I will be guiding you. Before we begin, I want to share some mindfulness with you. The Yoga Sutras, Patanjali says that the purpose of yoga is to remove the root of suffering and achieve integration. In order to remove the root of suffering, one must be able to still the mind and recognize the different mind chatter, also known as chittavritti, and to work through the knots of judgment, misperception, and memories that litter our inner landscape. This week we are going to begin on the eight-limbed path of yoga, starting with the Yamas. The Yamas represent moral obligations that one should observe. In this practice, we are going to focus on nonviolence. As you take mountain pose on your mat, standing tall, center yourself for this practice by considering the following. What does nonviolence look like in relation to your relationship with yourself? How can you practice nonviolence in relationship to others? As you flow through this practice, consider these thoughts. Breathe in, hold, and exhale, feeling that energy flow within you. Now breathing in again, exhale, and breathe in and raise the hands above the head. Exhale, bringing them down to heart center. Inhale and bring those hands above the head. As you exhale, forward fold, letting those hands fall as far as they can in front of you. It's okay to wiggle and move around, get comfortable. Grasping your elbows, sway side to side. Bend your knees. Use this motion to loosen up joints in the back and the hips, awaken the hamstrings. I like to drop my hands to the ground and sway them back and forth like an elephant trunk. Keep breathing. Inhale, drawing all the energy from the earth up above you. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, bringing the hands above the head and dropping one arm down to the side, arching over, rotating the wrists. And inhale, exhale, going to the other side. Again, rotating the wrists. Just play here. Feel like a goddess. And inhale, bringing the hands above the head once more. Exhale, giving yourself a hug. Rotating around at the hips. Making circles with the torso. Again, just loosening up the spine. Enjoy just moving your body. Continue to think about nonviolence in relationship with yourself and others. Exhale, opening the hands up. Turn your face to the heavens. Open your chest. Feel that energy coming in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in, bring the hands above the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, squatting down to yoga squat. Hold it here, find your balance. Hold your chest up high. You might wiggle and you might move a little bit. You can sway side to side, get comfortable in this position. You can open your hands out to the side. Might give you a different sense of balance. Might help you raise your chest up a little bit. Place those hands on the ground. Exhale, coming back to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, rolling the shoulders down the back. Exhale, forward fold. Be compassionate and graceful with yourself during this practice. Enjoy this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift once more. And exhale, sinking again down into yogi squat. I love this pose. I love to open my hips with this pose, leaning side to side, taking one hand over the head, going both ways, feeling that nice gentle twist in the body. I'm so proud of you for rolling out your mat today. We all need this time to just get recentered and focused with our lives. And again, forward fold, sway side to side, walk the feet out a little bit, bending the knees, alternating right and left, loosen things up. Inhale, bend the knees, roll all the way up nice and slow, bringing the hands above the head. Exhale, down to heart center. Inhale, taking the hands above the head and dropping one, leaning to the side and the other way. Inhale, coming back to the top. Hands to heart center. Inhale, opening them up to the side. We'll sway right and left. Get a little dance in there. Feel like a goddess. Take those hands up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping back into warrior one. Hands are still at heart center. We're lunging into the front leg. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle. I want you to feel powerful here. I want you to feel the stability needed to be in this lunge. Take those hands above the head and notice the change. You might wiggle a little bit, tighten the abs, keep the hips facing forward. Sink a little lower, looking up to the heavens. Enjoy this pose. Your mind might be fighting you in this pose. Quiet the chitta vritti and enjoy. Exhale, transition to warrior two. Front foot is still facing directly to the front, but the back foot is turned to a 45-degree angle. And inhale and reverse. Breathe in, open the chest. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Push the hips behind you and tip over to triangle. The top arm should be straight up from the shoulder. Use a block or stop at the knee if you do not have the openness in the hamstrings at the moment. We're going to come back to this pose, so don't feel like you have to fully go to your best extent on this first triangle. Bend that first knee or that front knee and lean over into extended side angle. Again, sinking deeper. Your quad might be fighting you at this moment, or maybe it's your mind. But again, quiet that inner chitta vritti of wanting to come out of the pose. Inhale, coming up and forward fold to a wide forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And let's bend the knees, squatting it down into a half yogi squat. Place the hands on the ground. Twisting back into our extended side angle. So as you're doing this movement, you want to make sure you're rotating the feet through these poses from pointing forward. If you feel stuck, it might just be where your foot placement is. So take a look. Inhale and drop the shoulders. I like to do this by rolling the hands up and then turning the palms back down. Facing front, walking the feet in. We're back in warrior one. You can do this, ladies. Breathe in. Take those hands up above the head. And exhale, stepping forward and coming back to mountain pose at the top of our mat. Take a moment to wiggle around, move that front leg of all those warriors that we just held. And center yourself, breathing in, taking the hands above the head, and exhale down to heart center. Now going to the other side. Inhale, bring the hands above the head. Exhale, stepping the opposite foot back. We are into our warrior one. Hands are at heart center. Inhale, bringing the hands above the head, sinking into that warrior one. Open your stance if the knee ends up going over the toe. When your mind starts to fight you, remember our thought of the day. How can we practice nonviolence with ourselves and others? Hold it here. Inhale, opening up to warrior two. Again, adjust your stance. It's okay if you need to move and get into these poses. Your feet are not glued to the ground. Inhale, rolling the shoulders down and back. Sink into this pose. Remember nonviolence. Exhale and reverse. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Adjust the feet. Push the hips back. Triangle. I love this pose. It just feels so good. And extended side angle. Bending that front knee. Breathe in. Keep breathing. You're strong, powerful, swinging through to wide-legged forward fold, hands on the ground. Enjoy this pose, empty it out, halfway lift, and exhale, empty. Bend the knee and sinking into half yogi squat to the opposite side, hands at heart center. It's okay if you want to keep your hands on the ground for this, for balance, if this is the first time you have done this pose. And hands on the ground, gently moving yourself back around to extended side angle. Feel free to grab water, take a break, slow down if you need to. Come as you are to this practice and have compassion. Coming around to a runner's lunge, inhaling, rising up to warrior one where we were in the beginning. Quiet the chitta vritti by thinking of how you can practice nonviolence with self and with others. Inhale, stepping forward, hands to heart center, and wiggle it out. Inhale, bring the hands above the head, and exhale, hand to heart center. Going to the other side, stepping back. We are in our warrior one again. Sink into this pose. How can we practice nonviolence with self? Breathe in, hands above the head. Sink a little lower into this pose. Inhale, transition to warrior two. Relax the shoulders. How can you practice nonviolence with others? Reverse that warrior, and coming back up, take it to triangle. Exhale, empty it out as you fold over. How can you practice nonviolence with yourself? Transitioning to extended side angle, taking that arm above the head. Inhale, wide-legged forward fold, empty it out. Give that front leg a break. And exhale, sinking down into a half yogi squat. Again, you can keep your hands on the ground if it helps. And rotate back around to that runner's lunge and then into extended side angle. Feel the body lengthen. And back to triangle, adjusting your feet to be gentle on the hamstring. Warrior two. And back to warrior one, transitioning the feet. Hands above the head. Notice how this changes your breathing. Inhale, stepping forward to the top of your mat, hands to heart center. Give it a little wiggle, shake it out. And inhale, taking the hands above the head. Exhale, the heart center. And inhale, bringing the hands above the head. Going to the other side, stepping back. We're in our warrior one. Inhale, bring the hands above the head. Continuing to focus on the yama of the day, nonviolence. Think about this when your mind is telling you you don't want to be in this pose any longer and that your thighs are screaming and this is hard and it hurts, and let yourself sink into the thought of nonviolence. Exhale, warrior two. And roll those shoulders down the back and relax. Inhale and reverse this warrior, taking the front arm overhead, leaning back toward the back leg. And warrior two, straighten the front leg and triangle. Empty it all out. Let it go. And extended side angle, bending the front leg, taking the top arm overhead. And swinging through to forward fold with a wide-legged stance. Again, wiggle around a little bit. And inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Taking it down into a half yogi squat on the opposite side. Hands to heart center or on the ground, wherever you are in your practice. Never compete in yoga. And taking it back to extended side angle. There's no competition, only to find stillness in the mind. Runner's lunge. Inhale, bringing yourself up to warrior one. And inhale, stepping forward, coming to mountain pose with hands to heart center. Inhale, bring those hands above the head. And exhale again to heart center. Inhale, bring those hands above the head. And exhale down to heart center. We are going to lift one leg and extend it in front of us, finding our balance, drawing the knee up to our chest. Exhale, pushing the foot behind us, extending the arms in front. Ooh, you might lose your balance a bit, but it's okay. This is practice. You're not meant to be perfect the first time you ever try a pose. And release, stepping back into our warrior one. Sinking a little lower into a lunge, crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold, framing the front foot with the hands. And runner's lunge, drop the back foot. Inhale, coming up, hip flexor stretch. Leaning back with the chest, not the lower back. Feel that stretch in the front quad of the leg that has the knee on the ground. You may even feel some opening in the front leg as well. If you'd like to try to exhale and twist gently, reaching back for the back foot or touching the back calf, just opening and extending the torso more, breathing in, trying to arch up even more. Because we sit at desks and chairs and in cars all day, it just feels so good to open the front of the body. Play with your wrists. Just feel like a goddess in this pose. Coming back up, lunging forward, finding that stretch in the hip flexor, framing the front foot or putting the hands on the inside of the foot. And we're going to exhale as we twist open toward the front leg. Breathe in. This twist might be hard, but go where you can. Don't push yourself to twist all the way around and look at the sky. Coming back down, hands inside of the foot. Tuck the back toe to bring yourself up to a runner's lunge. And inhale, and again, twist open toward the leg once more. Now that your back knee is off the ground, and inhale and twist away from the leg, keeping the toe forward. We're not allowing the hips to sink down to the ground into a yogi squat. Coming back down, framing the foot, stepping the feet together, forward fold with staggered feet. If you want to play with your hand placement like I am here, enjoy exploring your practice. That's half the fun of it. Inhale, rise onto the back toe. Or lift the back heel, I mean. And exhale, sinking back down into halfway to a runner's lunge. Inhale, rising up to warrior one. Inhale, stepping forward to the front of your mat, feet together. Give yourself a big hug, wiggle around, move the body, move the torso. Just let it out. Feel it pouring out of you. Inhale, open those arms. Allow just all the goodness of your space into your body. Drop your head back. Open it up. Just feel the chest open. Bring it in. Feel that new loving energy coming into your body. Find that stillness in your mind. Inhale, bring the hands above the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's bring the opposite foot out in front of us. And inhale, draw the knee to the chest. Exhale as we push that drawn knee and foot away from us to the back wall behind us, extending our hands out in front, taking ourselves to warrior three. Hold it there, breathe in. I loved practicing all these warriors among these trees because like a warrior and coming to warrior one, inhale, taking those hands above the head, and transition a little and take that back leg to a crescent lunge, bending the back knee. The back heel is raised, arching back, coming forward. And like I said, I loved practicing warriors amongst these trees because they're just so incredibly strong and tall, and that's how I feel with these warriors, is grounded, but also reaching so far above me and into the sky. Now down into our hip flexor stretch. Play here, reach back for the back foot if you desire. Open that torso. Again, we sit all day. Open it up. Feel your body becoming lighter with each breath. And coming back to the front, framing the feet, twisting open toward the leg. The back knee is still on the ground at this point. Breathe gently. And inhale and switch, going the opposite way, twisting away from that front knee. And inhale, coming back down to the ground. Just work this stretch a little bit more. One side might need a little more love than the other. Tuck the back toe, coming to a runner's lunge. And inhale and twist open toward the knee again. Feeling that twist. Exhale, inhale. And then exhale as you twist open again, away from the knee. Runner's lunge, inhale, bring it up to a crescent lunge. And inhale, stepping forward to the top of your mat. And shake it out. Open those hands out, give yourself a nice hug. Again, making circles with the torso. Open your chest up, leaning back, draw that energy in. And we're going to do this all again to the other side. Inhale, bringing the other foot up, out in front of you, drawing the knee to the chest. Exhaling and transitioning to warrior three. Extend it out behind you. Remember, non-violence in this practice. Be gentle with your body. How can you practice that with self and with others? Crescent lunge. Taking it down to our mat, runner's lunge. Dropping the back knee. Bringing it up. Work that hip flexor. Find the space. Use your breath to open space within your body. If you feel tension, breathe in nice and deep. Feel the oxygen going into that space of the body. And exhale, let it melt out of your being. You don't need that anymore. It's tension. It's congestion. You don't need it. If you'd like to play again and reach for the back foot, open the body some more, arching back. Breathe in, exhale as you extend more, opening the heart, the chest, the whole front of the body. Inhale, tuck that or twist toward the leg. And bringing the hands back down to the ground. You can twist away from the leg if you would like before tucking the back toe and coming up to a runner's lunge, where again we're going to twist in toward the leg and then away from the leg. Continue to meditate on the yamas of the day, focusing on your breathing. And straighten that front leg in a forward fold with a staggered stance. Inhale, lift the back heel. Exhale, runner's lunge. Find your balance. Draw yourself up to a warrior one. And inhale, drawing energy as you step forward. Give yourself that big hug. Sway side to side. Inhale, open the chest. Breathe in. If you're getting to practice this outside, feel the sun beaming on your face. Draw in the energy of nature around you, or draw in the energy of your space. Inhale and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bring the hands above the head. We're going the opposite way, lifting the opposite foot. Finding our balance before we draw the knee to the chest and transition to warrior three. Drawing your abs in, keeping a nice focal point in front of you. Push that heel behind you. Inhale, lowering that back foot, finding your balance in crescent lunge or warrior one. If you would like to take that pose, you're welcome to. Take the hands above the head if you would like. Inhale, taking the hands down to the ground and lower the back knee, untuck the toes, rising up again. Work that hip flexor once more. Arching back. Enjoy getting connected with your body. Inhale, coming back forward, twist toward the front leg, and explore opening the body with this twist. And when you're ready, twist away from the front knee. Tuck that back toe, push yourself into runner's lunge, gently bringing the body into another twist toward the leg and away from the front leg. Inhale, bringing the hands above the head, runner's lunge or warrior one, or crescent lunge, bringing yourself to the top of your mat with one big step. Give yourself a hug, swaying, loosen up the body. Open the chest, arching back, looking up, and inhale, hands to heart center. Taking a wide-legged stance on your mat, inhale and exhale as you sink into goddess pose. I love to play in this pose by just leaning side to side. It's a beautiful hip opener as well as strengthening the inner thighs and the muscles around the hips. You can play with lifting your heel if you feel strong on each side, or you can lift both at one time. Inhale, coming to a standing, giving yourself a hug. This practice I felt really connected to that little swaying motion and giving myself a hug. Again, practicing nonviolence, loving myself. Inhale, sink to goddess again. Open those hands up. Play with where you like them. Feel free to move in this pose. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sway. Inhale. Exhale, sink to goddess again. Lifting those heels. Leaning side to side. Just feel that nice motion, opening your hips. Breathe and move. Just allow your body to flow. Inhale, straighten the legs, give yourself a nice hug. Exhale, open those hands out. And inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale. Inhale, exhale as you sink to goddess once more. Thank you for rolling out your mat today. It's been truly divine to practice with you. I love to share just different pieces of my yoga practice with anyone because yoga will make the world better. Thank you for rolling out your mat. It's gracious of you to give yourself this time and honor that you need moments of clarity in your life. Come together in mountain pose, hands to heart center, and inhale, bringing the hands up into heart center once more. Namaste.